video was made possible by EA Game Changers.
So hello everyone and welcome back to Joy's Creative Finger, and a special thanks to EA FireMonkeys for providing me with early access to this update. Now, this is a Daring Do fashion designer hobby event. It's a 7-day event available to start between December 26th through to 29th. Anytime between those days, and you should have this pop up in your game and you can get started with the hobby and begin unlocking these amazing, beautiful hairstyles. Now, before I go ahead, I'd like to announce to you that I have Make2 Online with me in this video. She is one of two. They're a couple, but I'm speaking with just her today, and they have been such an amazing inspiration to my journey as a YouTuber and for this gaming experience, which is The Sims FreePlay. Now look in the description below in this video to find the link that takes you to their channel. Be sure to subscribe because they upload the most amazing detailed walkthroughs, let's plays, and so much more that is quite useful for those of you who are coming on board as I did about 2 years ago, and I've been enjoying my journey ever since. And we're going to talk together a lot about these hairstyles that we've seen in the game recently. Now I just want to introduce her. Are you there?
I am. Hi guys.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
How are you doing with these events? There's a lot that's coming out at this end of the year season.
Oh my gosh.
And it's quite fantastic.
It's amazing. We're kind of drowning in events at this point. They're just like, let's throw everything at them.
Honestly, there is a lot to do. There's a lot to do. And I have to say, do you think that it appears that hairdos seem to be a very repetitive event that comes back to the game quite a bit, don't you think?
I'm actually happy about that. I mean, I think you're right, but I'm like happy about that because I think hairdos, yeah, hairstyles have been, there's one of the most popular requests that we get from Simmers, and I think especially in the past year or two, just they've been up their game completely. Like every new hair event is amazing.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I've noticed that it comes back quite a bit. They've got the hairs from time, I think it's called, or styles of time. It started with the one where you had this capsule that dropped in the park, and ever since we've just been having a lot of hairdos come into the game. And even with the wedding update, I think that
was amazing.
Beautiful. The hairstyles for the men were absolutely cutting edge. And all our men looked dapper, and even the teens had a really good collection of haircuts for the boys. And the girls, they did have some outfits that went with certain hairdos as well.
I was gonna say, like, for me, I think I remember the first time that I felt truly impressed by what they were adding with the artistry of the hair. I don't know if you remember, but there was this one event with the teens getting all this like Japanese inspired hair. It was also colorful and just big. Right. And, like, it just was, I just remember looking at that and thinking, wow, those artists have really, you know, done something bold and beautiful. And yeah, this
is true. Absolutely. The other thing I was thinking of, do you ever think that The Sims FreePlay, the texture of the Sims, the texture of their hair, do you think that's ever going to change or be upgraded in a way?
That's an interesting question. I don't know, because I feel like, well, the hair, like nowadays, I feel like you can see individual strands, like they're really getting down to the nitty-gritty details, which I think is great. But then in terms of the style and how much they would actually, you know, evolve past that, gosh, I don't know. I know people are kind of, they want more face evolution. I think players seem to be more satisfied with the new hairstyles these days, but they're always asking and talking about wanting more difference in what the face structures look like, and and body sizes. Yeah,
exactly. I've heard a lot about that. That is something I think I would really be excited about if that came back. Well, not came back, but if it was introduced, where you had different body types.
Yes.
So your Sims really looked different from each other, you know?
Different heights, different weights. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. I'm thinking that for the game aesthetics, that is something that can happen. But yeah, these fabulous hairstyles are really nice. and they are very different from the ones we've had in the past. Each time they come back with hairstyles, they are very different, very unique, and they pop on the Sims. They're really lovely.
What's your favorite one?
I like the one that, it's not my favorite, but it stands out. It's the twists. It's really unusual.
The twists. Yeah, yes. They're really beautiful. Look at, you can see, especially like the dots through them.
Exactly. I was like, okay. They're not kidding, are they? This is, and it's got baby hairs as well to the front.
Oh, I didn't even notice those. Maybe your resolution is better on your screen than mine.
I saw baby hairs and I thought, wow.
What device are you playing on, by the way?
I beg your pardon?
What device are you playing on, by the way?
Right. I use an iPhone 8 Plus and it's an iOS 12.
Okay, yeah.
What do you play on?
We have been playing on iPhone 6. I don't know why we're talking about this, but we have been playing on iPhone 6S for a really long time, and we recently upgraded to iPhone 10s. So
okay, yes.
Just trying to get excited about
the next one I'm looking forward to getting, so I can create a memoji. But the other thing I wanted to say is, I would hope, perhaps in the future with the hairstyles, and even for clothing, that you would be able to have a name for each hairstyle that you pick out. So you don't just look at it and think, oh, the one with the bun or the one with the flower down the side. That maybe they had names, but that being said, there is a ton of hairdos in the game.
There's sort of a ton of everything in the game.
Yeah.
So we talked about this in the other video that we collabed on, the Stockings event, and we were saying in that video that over 7 years, the game has added so much content. And one of my things is, you know, when you're building a house or dressing up a sim, if you've been playing the game for 7 years and have done all of the quests and events and unlocked all the things, you're just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling endlessly trying to find what you want. So if there was a way to, I guess, split out the categories maybe, or organize them better, especially for long-time players, I think that would be helpful.
Oh yes, absolutely. This is true, because you're right. When I go through my wardrobe, it takes a while. And if you come out of a particular category, well, if you click on the back arrow, you've got to go back in and go all the way back to wherever you were to find find where you stopped last. But yes, I am just really happy to have this event running again, giving me a chance to give my Sims more hairdos.
Your Sims are so fashionable.
Thank you. I spend too much time with them.
You can't spend too much time. They're our fun dolls to play with.
Yes.
So
they are. This is what I call them, dolls. Absolutely. They are dolls and they're lifelike. But yes, thank you so very much for coming on board with this video and sharing with me your thoughts about this update. I really do appreciate it. And I also wish you the very best in completing it in your own actual time and having these hairdos for yourself. I say this because I sometimes don't get round to completing these events, and I'm one of those who eventually wait and, you know, hang around in the wings waiting for when it comes back again, and I'm like, yes.
That is a nice thing that they do, bringing the events back again. But it's also nice that this one is based around the fashion designer hobby, because at least the 10-minute tasks, they're relatively easier to do.
Oh yes, you stand a better chance of completing the collections in order to win the items. And it's just really nice, as you said, that they can come back into the game maybe a few months later and find out that there's a rerun. So you never feel the pressure that you have to complete. The game no longer puts that pressure on you, because you know that it's going to come back if you can get as many as you want, and, you know, be done with it and wait for your next turn. And that's just great.
That having been said, this is going to be a busy holiday update for players who want to do everything. So
right.
Good luck.
Yes, there's a lot to do. This is why I say I don't think I'll be doing everything, but I'll do as much as I can. Well, thank you so much for coming on board.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And for those of you who are interested in completing absolutely everything, then of course grease those elbows, flex those thumbs, and get on with it. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon in the next video. Take care. Bye.